Right, so back into Borked Thunder again, and they've changed the event again, and it just as before, it's still unbalanced again. This is Gaijin'ed's, I don't know, 20th attempt at this now, and they're still nowhere close, to be honest. The biggest, the most staggering kind of imbalance that you will see. This is a good example of it, really. It's a perfect example almost. Yeah, the ZSU is still there. I think, you know, Borked Thunder Gaijin, they have got a big crush on the ZSU. They love it. They really do, because it's in every single event. Doesn't matter what tier it is. Could be a tier 2 game, could be a tier 3 game. The ZSU will still be there. It was in yesterday, and it was in probably the day before that as well. It's in today's as well. You know, they've got a major league boner for that vehicle for some reason. I have no idea why. Well, actually, I do know why. It's because it's Russian. You know, simple as. Anyway, looking at the rest of this, yeah, I don't know if this is supposed to be World War II or not. I assume not. Well, I assume so, to be honest, because the German side is complete World War II vehicles. All of those, you know, World War II vehicles, apart from the Koleon, which I think was going to be it's either a prototype or a paper tank. By the way, yeah, all of those World War II vehicles. Okay. Now we look at the Allied side, the Russians and the Americans. We've got the T-44 in there. That's, I don't think that was actually used in World War II. If I'm honest, I'm not 100% sure of that, but if it was used in very, very, very small numbers. IS-2 mod 1944, yeah, that's World War II. SU-100, that's World War II. The SU and the ISU-122, they're World War II. They're both World War II as well. There, the 122S, I think, and the 152. Moving on down to these, the M19, I'm not so sure. M42, no, that's Korean War, and it was bad. So there we go. First vehicle, Korean War. That ZSU, actually, I think that's 1945 as well. I'm not 100% sure of that one. T-32, never used in combat. Let's have a look at what else we've got down here, shall we? Yes, now this is where it gets very interesting, because you can basically see the imbalance straight away. The Americans and the Russians get medium and heavy, medium attackers and bombers as well, and they also get fighter bombers of all sorts. I mean, you've got the R2s in there, you've got the R10 in there, you've got the P47 in there, you've got the P47 premium for the Russians as well. You know, just in case you missed that one out. B25 for the Russians as well. Tu-2, Tu-2S, Peshkas as well. I mean, they're late models, so they will carry a decent amount of bomb. Moving on down here, got another two B25s down there, and late model P51s and Spitfire Mark 9 premium as well. In case you didn't need any more reason to buy that, they've thrown it into this event as well. So, as you can see, yeah, in my opinion, it's just as bad as all of the other events that they're putting. It's still balanced onto the Allied side quite heavily. And again, just look, no medium bombers for the Germans. Why is that, you might ask? Well, apparently Gaijin think they're actually overpowered. Because, yeah, that's the only reason why they're not there. They get medium bombers, why don't they get medium bombers? Don't know. You better try and get blood from a stone as far as trying to get information out of Gaijin on this one is concerned, because they just won't tell you. Either that, or they'll just say working as intended. It's, you know, we're still in beta. Don't pick on us, please. That kind of thing. That's what Gaijin tend to do quite a lot. And then they'll say, oh yeah, but you need to give us more money. That's their policy. So, yeah, as I've just said, you know, they've basically changed this completely around. Basically, I don't think I can take in the Americans for any of this, because I don't have the vehicles at the moment for the Americans, but that doesn't really bother me that much. In my opinion, this entire debacle with the current events is just down to Gaijin trying to get as much money out of the player base as possible. I mean, they do things like that, for example, that the Air Panther there, that's a premium one. M26C1, that's premium, and the SU-122P, that's premium. They are all worth about 6,000 gold each, at least. And yeah, you know, there's no coincidence with them, putting them into these kind of events, because people would just go, oh right, that tank's really good, or that TD's really good, I'll buy that. And that's 6,000 gold, which is probably in the region of at least £20 of real money. Now the Jagdpanther, this one is where that doesn't overperform, but this does, and I'm 100% sure of that, because it's got a broken damage model. This is an issue they know about, but they still put it in the event. That alone, to me, says that it's a money grab, because they're putting broken vehicles into the events to say, oh, well, playtest this for us. No, it's not playtesting. You know that's broken. If that is broken, why is it in game in its current state? Okay, interesting. So yeah, there we go. Can't take any of them. This crew can't take any aircraft into this event because they don't get any bombers, but they do. How hard can it be to get this balancing right? As I said, the other day, this makes them look like the development team is run by children, where they basically go through, what's in a tech tree and look at the pictures of the tanks and think, oh, that's a pretty tank, I want to play that one, and they put it into the lineup. Then they look at another one and think, oh, that's pretty as well, I want that one, and then they keep on doing it. And then, but they don't stop with the Americans and the Russians. They don't stop at just the tanks and the basic aircraft to make it balanced. They just go, oh, look, that one's really, really pretty, I want that one. And they put the B-25 in, but they don't put anything in for the Americans. The Germans. That, to me, is just stupid. They are just embarrassing themselves with this kind of development, or lack of. It's as simple as that, really. It's quite sad to see how this game has gone. Taking off the US servers, because apparently that could cause crashes now as well. Yes, that's a new feature by Gaijin'ed. Just by queuing for the Americans, it can wreck your game. Yeah. Good logic. But yeah, I'm not going to do many games of this. I'm guessing, well, especially since they've got two versions of the Pershing in there, and T-32 as well. That they're going to basically pulverize the German team on most of the maps. Yeah, there is just certain elements of this that just make me laugh. They really do. No T-34-85s in there. Why is that? They were used against Tiger 2s, but apparently Gaijin think that that's not a fair fight. If it's not a fair fight, you would just balance in other ways. Every single time they do these changes to the events, it's always the same. It's always got the same imbalance. The Americans and the Russians get medium bombers and dive bombers and rocket armed attackers and fighters, and the Germans get almost nothing in comparison. And this is balanced, apparently. I mean, true enough, some of those fighters the Germans get, they can carry bombers, but those 109s, if they carry bombs, they can't carry gun pods, which takes away from their offensive capability against other fighters somewhat. The IL-2 and the P-47 and the P-51 don't have that problem because they've all got the weaponry mounted in the wings. Focke-Wulfs, you slap a bomb on them and they will perform like crap. Obviously, yeah, they'll be getting rid of the bombs fairly quickly, but I assume it'll be the same thing for the Allied stuff as well, like the P-47s. They're not going to be flying around with the bombs and rockets on the belly all the time. This thing just blatantly reeks of bias towards this particular side. Americans and the Russians. Surprise, surprise, again. They really do make themselves look like complete idiots when they do things like this. I mean, why don't the Germans have any Heinkels or Ju-88s or even Dorniers? Is it that hard to, think, oh, wait a minute, yeah, the Germans have got a whole host of other planes that we've not bothered to put onto their side. There's a bit of a gap. Can you not see? And I'll guarantee as well that there won't be any balance as far as what vehicles will be used. Most people that are going to be using the Americans will be in the M26s or the T-32. And most people in the Russians will be actually pretty much in any of them, because any of them will wreck most of those over there on the German side. I'm surprised that the Allies, well, the Russians don't get the IS-3, to be honest. But that, that's probably yet to come. They might do an update later on today and put that in. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay, let's see what we get, shall we? Don't really need to be doing this with the Tiger 2H, but, just there. I feel like driving it. And great, it spawned me on top of a rock, so that's me stuck straight away. Yep. Oh, that's just brilliant. Just what I wanted. There we go. Gaijin'ed are going to get a reputation for being the game developer that broke a good game. Because that's what they've done. They've basically taken a Borked Thunder, which was progressing quite nicely, and they've just ruined it. And turned it into another World of Tanks clone. Which is quite disappointing, really, I have to say. See if that was player or not. It was. Okay.
Thanks a lot. The gun's being loaded. We failed to acquire a target.
just saw that T26 on my right. It was... No, it was an M26, sorry. As with the games yesterday, I guess this is mainly going to be down to how good the teams perform. Now, yeah, I'm not already. I'm kind of seeing that my team isn't going to win this one. In fact, that's it. Yeah, I'm not going to take in the Google Blitz for this little battle. I don't see the point. Already got 3 men knocked out on our team, 3 men knocked out on their team as well. No, 2 men knocked out on their team. Actually, we've got 4 knocked out because I'm knocked out as well. I'm not going to respawn into that vehicle. I don't see the point. Yeah, let's get out of it. I refuse to take part in that event any further. Yeah, that's it. I'm not doing that event.